Hey, what do you say? It's our birthday. It's the Run-In Podcast 1 year anniversary spectacular. My name is Tommy Paradise.
It's showtime, folks. It's your boy DJ, and I think we need to play like some Luke Skywalker or something for our birthday here.
I was thinking some In the Club by 50 Cent, but that's weird that you said Luke Skywalker and I said In the Club because I'm the white guy, you're the black guy. It's weird that we kind of switched roles there for a second. But anyway, here we go. We've got
Skywalker is white. Like, wait, what did I miss?
We've got some friends with us here today to celebrate the 1 year anniversary. We've got Kenny from the Call Up gonna do Kenny's corrections live and in person.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure keep you guys in line tonight.
Absolutely. We've got from south of the border. We've got Mike Lanham. What's up, Mike?
South of the border.
Yeah.
What border?
You mean the Mason-Dixon line?
Mason-Dixon.
He's west, man. Get a fucking
I almost
glow.
said the Dixie Carter line. Almost said the Dixie Carter line.
We're already off the rails, and we're just doing introductions.
And hammered, hot take kid, Phil Gentile. What's up, Phil?
Hey, I've had 3 or 4 adult beverages.
Three or four.
He drove. How did he?
Super
He's
cheeks.
moving to Colorado tomorrow, so we did a little bash,
Nice
beer bash. So
is he going to send you a lot of weed?
I hope so.
It's legal there. It's legal there.
Yeah.
Pass that over here too.
All right, guys. So it is the 1 year anniversary show. We're going to do things a little bit different tonight. Of course, we're on. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see all 5 of us. But the rest of the show, we're going to keep our little segments, but we're going to kind of branch off and do some little different stuff and just have like a roundtable discussion show here to celebrate the 1 year. These 3 guys and Zach Egoff, who is already in bed as we record this. Very instrumental and very huge part of the show behind the scenes and helping us out. So we said, why the hell not have these guys on? And don't forget, the Run-In podcast is brought to you by Figure Collections. Check out figurecollections.com/shop. Use the code RUN10. Save yourself 10% on those brand spanking new Cella toys, retros. The Bull Nakano is up for pre-order now, along with, I believe, Ethan Page is up there now, and a whole bunch of others. You can get Nick Aldis, you can Dynamite Kid, Hayabusa. They're all up there at figurecollections.com/shop. And use that code RUN10. I'm sorry, it's RUN-IN, not RUN10. RUN-IN to save 10%. We've got a giveaway from Buy Sell Trade Toys. Now he is helping us out with a weekly giveaway. We gave away to Black Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Last week's winner is at Mighty Leg on Twitter. So we'll reach out to you. We'll shoot you. You can shoot us your address. We'll get that out to you, courtesy of Buy Sell Trade Toys.
And you got to tell us how you got that name too.
Yeah. What is it? A Mighty Third Leg? What leg is it?
Inquiring minds want to know.
This week's giveaway is Bobby Fish Elite 79. All you got to do is retweet our pin tweet on Twitter or share us in your Instagram stories, our episode post. And, of course, the Instagram is at the Run-In Pod. Twitter is at Run-In Podcast. You can check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/the Run-In Podcast. You can go to runinpod.com and find everything you need right there. One last quick housekeeping thing. ProWrestlingTees.com/RunInPod. There is a Memorial Day sale right now going on. If you're listening to this, 20% off using the code Memorial. And free shipping if you spend $150, which is like 2 shirts there. So
Yeah.
all right, boys. Kenny, is there any Kenny's corrections live and in person for last week's show?
You know what? Unfortunately, no. You guys didn't have any, corrections last week, which is great. So it's a good start to the, year 2.
To be fair,
we can flip it to 0.
Yeah.
I thought I thought we had one more week before the 1 year anniversary show. So I would have deliberately fucked up this week if we had one more week
just to have him, but he can do some live ones. Like,
yeah, that's like, can he just like interrupt you every time you're wrong?
Yeah, you can be like Stack Guy on
on
Tony Reale on Pardon the Interruption.
Exactly.
That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen tonight.
All right, what do you guys drinking? I threw in the towel on Bang, guys. I've got actually brand new sponsor to the show in my hand right here.
Yes.
Ray's energy drink, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, 0 artificial dyes, no crash,
Wow.
electrolytes, BCAA aminos, and this flavor is actually based on Baja Blast. I'm excited to try this. I haven't tried this one yet. This is Baja Lime, baby.
I like how the
Wow.
top of
I've
the
got
can
this
is
to go.
black like that. That's pretty cool looking.
What's
So-
that?
The top of the can is like a black, like
Oh yeah, it's all black.
that's cool.
There we go.
Yeah,
So they're a sponsor, so it's good, right?
that's good. Absolutely. No,
Wonder
that
if
really is.
is that available nationwide? I haven't heard of that brand. I don't know a lot about energy drinks either. So
You can find them right now at GNC. You can also find them at Vitamin Shop, and you can find them online on their website at raise.com. I will have more information next week on how you can get, of course, a discount on Raise Energy through the Run-In Pod.
Woo,
I
woo.
love that.
Yeah.
Love
So, Phil,
Happy
you've already started drinking. What do you got going?
I have a delicious Pabst Blue Ribbon beer in a can here, as you can see, maybe from my my
Pull it
live
closer to
stream.
your face.
But,
You got to hold it up a little higher.
There we go.
Oh my god!
There we go.
There it is. Oh, look at that. Look at that
Good.
camera
So
work.
good.
Oh, baby.
because
Yeah.
those cans are the cleanest thing on earth.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
It was
Might be the best beer can. Seriously, whether you like the beer or not, it's a beautiful can.
With the freaking ribbon on it.
right. It's a great shirt.
Hashtag major PBR. Mike, what are you drinking, my man?
Well, I was drinking water, but I drink it all, so nothing.
Now you got to pee. Oh, all right.
So now
Not
I'm
good for now. I might
All
get
right.
up during the show,
Yeah.
like pull a Tom and run.
Kenny, what you got?
I am drinking an Angry Orchard green apple.
Oh, a little cider.
Yes.
Nice.
Cider action. Not bad, not bad. And DJ, what you got?
We got the drip. Happy
Course.
birthday to us.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
right.
you know
Look,
what? We got new listeners, right? Like we got some
Birthday
people
cheers.
from the Blitzkrieg show. So, man, when we say the drip, so it is we call it the Vigilante drip. Proper 12, ginger beer, cranberry, a splash of cranberry, shaken not stirred. There you go.
All right. All right, boys. Let's get right into it. Let's get into the ring. And In the Ring is brought to you by Buy, Sell, Trade Toys. We just talked about him. I don't know if you guys have seen what he's been dropping on Instagram.
I have.
Gems.
He has been dropping grails.
Yes.
Man, the Harley
Yeah.
Race.
Just
he's
got
got-
that in.
All kinds of stuff up there. Check out Buy, Sell, Trade Toys. And don't forget, you can use the code RUN10 to save 10% on those grails. All kinds of stuff. He's still got the Legends Road Warriors up for sale from Legend Series 1.
Man.
I think it's Legend Series 1 or 2. It's one of the early ones, but those are like $400. I think he's selling them for $400 for the pair,
Right.
which is a steal. And then you can get $40 off if you use the code RUN10. So if you don't have those, I highly, highly recommend them. I just got those recently. I did not pay $400 for them, but they were loose. So, and I did have to give them a fig bath when I got them, but that's all right.
I've bought
Right.
from Buy Sell Trade several times. Awesome guy to buy from. I
Yes.
buy with confidence for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Me and Kenny are still planning on trying to get to a store
Yeah.
or a space and film a little vlog there. We got to make that happen soon.
I'm scared.
Scared for your wallet, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna walk. I know I'm gonna walk out of there spending at least $200 or $300.
Hey,
That's what
Hey.
scares me.
sometimes that's what you got to do, you know?
That's right.
I'll just blame Tom for that one.
All right, let's get right to it, boys. Double or nothing. It's this weekend. We're not going to get into picks because there's 5 of us, but we are going to talk about the show a little bit. Any of you guys got a match that stands out on this card that you're looking for more than the other, or more than the others, I should say?
I mean, for me, it's the Britt Baker and
That's
Sheena
one
match.
of them.
Yes, that's just
Yeah.
one.
And I am kind of interested to see how they do the stadium match again. It's got my curiosity. We know it's going to be filmed, and I want to know what's going to happen to those fans that are there live, and they're obviously going to have to watch this on a screen somewhere. So let's see how that goes. Let's see how they like that.
Yeah, the first time they did the Stadium Stampede, it was on our Dynamite, right? Am
Hmm
I crazy?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
I believe so.
And this just seems so close to that blood and guts match. Like there's not much time to let this thing breathe, right? Like it's going to be cool. It's going to be good. There's a lot of talented guys in this match, but I thought they could have stretched this out a little bit more. But we'll see. I'm with DJ.
I mean, you've stretched out the whole storyline for so long, but yeah, having these matches back to back like this. Mm-hmm. But is this the one that the stipulation about them breaking up?
Yep. If Inner Circle loses, they must disband, not break up, disband, Mike.
Yeah, which I'm assuming, like we said, we're not really doing picks, but I would assume they are going to lose again. Jericho's band is going on tour, and I don't know that he's going to be on TV during all of that. So maybe this is kind of your way of everyone kind of doing singles runs there for a while, and then you'll probably you put Ortiz and Santana back in the tag title mix.
Where they belong.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, and I mean, you have Sammy Guevara that took a beating in that blood and guts match. And how's that arm with Jericho? So they,
this is kind of your time to, if they win again, then that's basically just skyrocketing MJF maybe into that next title match. Maybe I guess
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hope so.
Him and Kenny would be a great match. I don't know as big as both of them are as heels, how they'll play that off. But yeah, like I said, the Britt Baker thing's probably what I'm most excited for. It's time to put the title on her, so hopefully they don't mess this up. Because I think once they put it on her, she's just going to be 10 times what she is now, and she's already the best thing there.
What do you guys think about Serena Deeb and Rio being on the pre-show?
I think they just put a women's match just to put it there.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah, because otherwise there's no other women on this card, right?
No, it's just Britt Baker.
Cheetah, that's it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they were doing anything with Statlander being in the group with all of them. So
the best friends.
Yeah, didn't know if they were throwing something in there, but I guess with him being out, that kind of breaks up some of that storyline too, and Miro being on his own. So yeah.
I'm not really looking forward to this pay-per-view, to be honest with you. I'm not like, I mean, it's I'm gonna get accused of shitting on AEW again, but again, we are equal opportunity shitters. I shit on everything. So why, like, it's Memorial Day weekend when this pay-per-view's on. Like, I have a million other things I want to do besides watch wrestling.
Same.
That's true.
So like I don't understand the timing. I mean, I know the diehards are gonna watch it and the marks will watch it and stuff like that, but it just I'm not gonna watch it. I might look up the highlights after or watch highs and lows afterwards and watch it that way. But
yeah, they have a lot of competition with NHL and NBA playoffs and
yeah. So, and then they want $50 for this.
Right, about to say, I don't know about dropping $50.
And I like they had a good thing going when they were doing the Saturday pay-per-views. I like that.
Yeah, I don't know why they
did a lot.
Yeah.
Sunday,
I agree.
Sunday, a holiday weekend, like people are out, people are doing stuff, people have to work the next day. So
yeah, unless they're just going with the you'll be done with your barbecues by 7 p.m., 8 p.m. type thing. But even then, most people crash after that. You're just gonna hit the couch or your chair and be done. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see the numbers on this. I don't know if they release their pay-per-view numbers. I don't know that I've ever paid attention to that.
They do.
No.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing them.
I am kind of excited about the Hangman Page Brian Cage match just because this is going to be the first legit. I mean, who has really Kenny Omega defended this belt against that's been a legit contender? I mean, I think he won the belt at least 6 months ago, right? I feel like it's been the beginning of the year almost, maybe December.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I think either of these guys will be a great kind of person to build against, whether it's Page or Cage, whether you want to build him as a face or a heel. I don't care who wins. I would like to see Adam Page get a shot at Omega. You kind of have the tag, they were tag team champs together. You have that little storyline there. I'm more excited about that match than the title match. I think that three-way is just doomed to be.
We know who's going to win.
Yeah, it's going to be your spots between Orange and Pac, and then at the end, Kenny will still be the champ. So
He'll hit a V trigger and then a one wing angel, and that'll be then the match.
Or 20 guys will run in and help him win. So
Right.
AEW does love run-ins.
yes.
And I do agree, like, because Paige hasn't had a sniff at the title since the first pay-per-view, like since the
Right.
first championship match.
Never got a
And that's it. And they were like, all right, all the way back to the line. And so that would be nice for him, because I think he's a really good wrestler. So let the guy get in there.
All right. Anything else to add for Double or Nothing before we get into some roundtable discussion here, boys?
I have something to add about this card, but it kind of fits into something we're going to talk about a little bit later. So I'll save it. I'll
You're gonna hold on to it. You're gonna put it in your pocket.
All right.
Hold on to
He's
it.
got that. He's got that
Circle back
Uno draw
around.
4.
All right. All right. So as we discussed, we are going to do a little roundtable here on this show. Again, there's 5 of us on here tonight, so we're going to try to go through this as quick as we can. But we wanted to just kind of have a couple discussions about wrestling, about toys, and then we'll talk some video games a little bit later on in the show. But one of the things that we in our inner circle group chat that somebody shared it. I forget which one of you guys shared it, but it was if you could snap your fingers and eliminate any pro wrestling trope, what would it be? I had to look up what trope meant. It's a figurative or metaphorical use of a word or expression. So there was like some examples
you had
of
to look up metaphorical after that.
Dude, you should have heard tonight. I was doing my trivia night. You should have heard some of the words, or some of the words came up, and like I was just like lost, man. I was like, and that's part of my shtick is I'm like, I can't fucking say this. I don't know what this word is. And people like shouted out for me. I'm a great host, but no.
Great.
So
Crowd
Kenny, I'm gonna let you start, man. If you could eliminate any pro wrestling trope, what would it be? I have 2 off the top of my head that I'm ready to fire off with, and people are going to hate me for it, it has nothing to do with AEW. Has nothing to do with AEW.
Here we go.
So,
Well,
Kenny, you go first.
You know,
man. You go first.
Mr. Hayden on Snickers. So yeah,
I don't hate on Snickers. It's just overrated.
The "you deserve it" chance. Like not everybody deserves it. Like I'm sorry. Like I hate the fact like somebody will come up and then like Sasha Banks wins her like 7th match or freaking title, and then all of a sudden it's like you deserve. No, you don't. Like what the hell did you do to like really deserve? Like Daniel Bryan deserved that when he won the title at WrestleMania, and he was at Monday Night Raw because the way the storyline went, like he deserved that. Like Roman Reigns coming back to wrestle, like he deserved that type of chant because he didn't know he was gonna wrestle again. Not Charlotte, who went to like go get a tummy tuck or something,
get plastic surgery,
you know, because she had a burrito or something like that, and she just decided to get a tummy. Like no,
because one of her
she
tits
got
popped.
the red salsa.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. That "you deserve it" chant sucks. I'm not a huge fan of that. Not a huge fan of that at all. How about you, Phil?
I have one. When someone gets released by WWE, they were wasted by WWE.
Oh my God,
Okay?
yes.
Let's look at this Double or Nothing card. We have a throwaway casino battle royal with Matt Hardy, Matt Sydal, Christian Cage, all these guys, Dustin Rhodes, all these guys that left WWE, and we thought, oh God, why did WWE get rid of these guys? Now they're in a throwaway battle royal on a B-level pay-per-view for a B-level company. You know, like when the Ravens get rid of somebody who isn't good, it's not like, oh, the Ravens wasted. No, you just wasn't good enough. Like, it's okay. Like, you can be not good enough to be in the WWE and still be a good wrestler. Like, you know, there's other places to wrestle in the world. You don't have to be like, at the top of your game. But name me someone. I mean, Jon Moxley was not released. They parted ways amicably. Give me one person in the purge of the last couple of years from WWE that's done anything since they left WWE.
And not some, and it doesn't count if they came back.
No one. No one. Okay, so
McIntyre.
So it sucks. We like these people, but no one's talking about Andrade until he gets released. I've never heard anyone tweet about how great Andrade was on the main roster, how great his matches were. Never, ever until he gets released. And now he's the greatest thing in the history of wrestling. I'm done with it. I'm done. So, like, okay.
Wow. I'm sorry.
I do feel that WWE has a ton of talent. They have too much talent, 100%. But
most likely
the guys that get rid of are the guys that are not good enough to be on TV, giving promos, talking on the mic 3 hours a week. That's it. I mean, it's really what it is.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen with Andrade is he's going to do like what Jericho did when he left WWE, where he just fights all these people who are also free agents, just so you get these quote unquote dream matches. Which is also, I guess, a trope that dream matches ridiculous.
Nobody's fucking dreaming about Kenny Omega and Andrade. Nobody's ever dreamed about that.
And it will probably be a great match. The problem is everyone will talk about it. Everyone will talk about it on Monday, and then like 6 months later, Andrade will be buried somewhere on a roster.
Or he'll be the AAA champ.
Yeah,
which he should be. I think
how many people are watching AAA?
There's a place for everybody. Yeah. So.
All
right, Mike, what is your trope that you would snap your fingers and get rid of?
If we're still talking, even Chance, one more match is cringeworthy.
Oh, especially at the Hall of Fame when it's
Hall
like
of Fame,
guys,
this guy just limped in on his artificial hip. One more match,
Kevin Nash. Jesus. Yeah, like no, I can't.
I went to Mania and watched Bret Hart fight Vince McMahon. It was not good.
No, it was not good.
So like
it was not.
There's a reason guys hang them up. Like even as great as like Flair's match was with Shawn Michaels, like that should have been the end. And then he went to TNA or Impact, whatever it was at the time, and tried to do stuff there. And just you don't need it. Like I get it, you're trying to show some kind of respect and stuff like that, but cheer for them, clap for them. No one ever wants to see some of those guys ever fight again. Like the Big Show going to AEW. Every time he comes out, he's going to get those one more match, and eventually he's going to fight. Like, and we didn't talk about it. There's going to be a surprise in that Casino Battle Royal.
Oh, that's right.
Probably him, because I don't know unless Kenny can think of anybody offhand that's who's a free agent that's been out long enough. That's been out long enough that could go to AEW.
Nobody.
I don't see it. So I assume he's going to come out and win the thing.
Yeah, everybody who just got released, not the NXT guys, but all those people that were released with like Chelsea Green and stuff. That they have like, I think July 19th is their
90 day, right?
They're not. You won't see any of them until about a week before Slammiversary.
I was about to say Slammiversary is teasing a lot. I know you're not going to get a lot of it, but you might get one or two. So yeah, the one more match thing is probably one of the things that probably irks me the most.
DJ, what's yours? Also, time out here real quick. DJ didn't even mention Sting wrestling at Double or Nothing.
That's how insignificant it is against against just a throwaway.
Because Darby is going to be is going to be carrying this match.
But AEW is making sure like they said it multiple times. This isn't taped. This is a real match. So it'll be interesting. Like.
Yeah,
and
Darby's there's been times that
Sting has moved around decent in the ring, but a full-on match, we'll see.
And that's crazy because all the guys that are in that match, like, grew up watching Sting. Like, they were little kids, but Sting 100%. Was like world champion.
Yeah, Darby's going to take a lot of punishment in this match, and Sting's going to come in, clean house.
Yeah,
he'll hit the ground. Tag, and then Darby will come in.
He's gonna get the hottest of tags and like knock out the guy in the apron and just like for sure. But whatever, that's cool. I mean, he's 60 years old, man. Come on.
There's no turnbuckle bombs. So I would say I don't like the promo at the beginning of shows. I'm tired. I'm just like, dude, pyro. And go right to the announcer. The next match is, scheduled for one fall, and then somebody's music hits. That sounds way more exciting of a start of a show than somebody's music hitting, and then I'm going to listen to them talk for 10 minutes to some promo that that they didn't write, and you can feel it in the way that they're talking that they didn't write this. So yeah, we don't need it anymore. Like that's something that it's like they're keeping they're keeping something that we don't need anymore. Like just give me some matches now.
Yeah.
Right when you start the show, and then you can go to backstage stuff after we get like a match to draw us into the show.
And
I don't
honestly,
know. Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
Normally those matches, like what DJ's talking about, normally if a match starts Raw or whatever show it might be, they're usually really good because they know that's the start. Like that's the first thing you're gonna see. Where most people, if I turn it on and it's a McIntyre or Lashley or whatever interview, I might skip it and come back to it, or I'll fast forward to part of it. So yeah, you get those opening matches where the guys are, even if it's not your main event guys, just guys going hard. Yeah, maybe an IC title match or US title match. They're usually really good.
They have the 205 guys running around. Well, I'll watch it.
Yeah, and during the match, the announcers can be then talking about what's going to happen the rest of They don't have to even commentate during. Give me Tony Nese versus Cedric Alexander, like a fast-paced match, like something different every week, and the announcers be like, okay, later on tonight we're gonna have blah 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 blah. You know, like just but have that match. I don't know, with DJ. It doesn't have to be every week, like every other week. You know, just change it up. Like I think it's just been a very formulaic thing where you can watch. You know, I don't have to turn on Raw till 8:20 because I know it's going to be a promo.
Right? Because like
it's a 3-hour show. They got to fill stuff, but still,
I don't even turn Raw. I don't even turn Raw on until like Thursday.
But didn't Nitro like they would have the pyro go off and then they would probably give you some teasers like this guy's going to be on the show, this guy's going to be on the show, and then ding ding ding, the next cut, and then you had Rey Mysterio against Psychosis to start the show. And then you're like, okay, I'm staying on this, so let me have the pencil.
Okay, Booker.
I've got two. The what chant going back to chants.
Oh God.
And it's CM Punk chants. Both of those. Wouldn't CM Punk be back by now if he was coming back? If he wanted to wrestle, wouldn't he be back by now? I have no idea. Let's see. Let's go to the Wikipedia.
His last match was 10 years ago.
Which is
years ago almost.
That's another indicator.
Well, but what's really funny is like I finally sat down and watched that Shawn Michaels A&E documentary. I hadn't had time, and like when he came back to that SummerSlam match, it had been like 5 years since he had wrestled. So I mean, I get it. 10 years is a lot. He's older, stuff like that. But
has it really been 10 years since he wrestled?
I think it's 2012 or 13. So
he's only 42.
Yeah.
He's not that old. Yeah.
But he's been wrestling since he was 17, 18, maybe even earlier. So
I just don't, how does he make money? Like, what is he doing for money? But
pro wrestling tees.
He's pretty frugal.
He's say movies and comic books and
Okay. And he's pretty frugal. Like he like when you watched his documentary that he had it with WWE, he talked about that, like how he doesn't really spend money. Like the most he spent was on that bus that he had, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people, like, he didn't talk about it, but I'm pretty sure some people rode with him. He's like, hey, you're giving me some chips for some gas. But that's money you're not spending on a hotel.
Well, that's it. And he's from like the way he came up in the business, like those smaller companies and stuff, he probably stuck to that frugal thing. Like Daniel Bryan's the same way. They're not out there spending the millions and living in LA or even New York. Yeah, he lives in Chicago, but hell, he probably walks everywhere and just stays at home and works out. And if he's filming a movie, you fly out and fly back home. So
yeah, and the fucking what chant drives me absolutely insane.
I can't believe it either.
Hopefully, with the length of stuff being off on TV, and it's been so long since Austin's been on TV. Really, hopefully, it's died off.
Jesus Christ!
But we don't feel bad about woo chants, right?
No, well, I mean when somebody's getting chopped. When somebody's getting chopped, that's one thing.
Right. Yeah, but you go to a live show before it starts.
Oh, that's exactly where I was going to go.
One person throws it out, and the whole building does it.
Dude, going back to my trivia nights, I did a wrestling round, like right around WrestleMania, and I did like, name this wrestler. I'm like, everybody's watched wrestling at some point in their life. So, and I did Ric Flair every night. And of course, as soon as he popped up, everybody just started wooing, like everybody who knew it. So the whole bar, which was kind of funny. But yeah, man, it's just, I love wrestling, believe it or not. But yeah, man, there's just some things that, I mean, I'm sure we could each come up with like easily 5 things that drive us nuts about wrestling. But I thought that was a very interesting question. You guys all thought we were going to lose listeners by doing that.
Oh, someone definitely got to complain.
To love something so much, there has to be things about it that you hate. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So like, that's how it is. You know, I mean, we all throw on Peacock or the network.
Yep.
When I want to watch something and fall asleep, or like an old match, but like it's just, you know, when you're in it so deep, like we've been watching it for our entire lives, like Christ, you know, like there's gonna be some things that you get sick of. So
yeah, right,
you know.
Absolutely.
And there's gonna be a lot of people that agree with some of these.
Oh, for sure. I don't think it's anything like out of the ordinary that we're bitching and complaining about, or just saying we want to not see you ever again. But we lost Mike. Here he comes. He's back, I think. There he is.
And with the hot tag.
No.
At least I wasn't on the Major Brothers group when that happened.
Yeah.
Good question. I don't know who we stole that from. That was from Zach Gowen or something. So,
yeah, Zach Gowen is where we got it from.
What would be an unpopular opinion that you guys like, an unpopular trope that you like, a trope that you have that you think will like piss off somebody?
Getting rid of AEW.
Ooh. Ooh.
haven't given the women's wrestling their own show, so like.
Oh my god, you'll get the feminist on that one.
I think they would be beneficial to both. I think they try to shoehorn it in on the regular show too much. I think you'd have a lot more storylines where you could let things blossom a bit more, and then you wouldn't. I don't know. So
yeah, I think you'd have positives and negatives, because I think you'd have so many people who are like, it's all women's wrestling, and it would probably only be like an hour show, and I think that might take away from it, and then you don't have anything to break up the monotony on Raw or SmackDown of all men's matches, or so. I mean, I can see it both ways. And then when do you have it? I mean, you already have wrestling every goddamn night as it is.
Put it on the network.
Yeah,
right.
That's a good one.
I don't know if I'd watch it, to be honest with you. Not anything against the women. It's just like I have a hard time finding time to watch Raw.
Well, we
NXT,
have
Dynamite, Impact, SmackDown, like pay-per-views. Like I'd
much rather Raw be 2 hours than have like a 1 hour women's show like before it or something, or after, like a 205 does, and just kind of throw it in together. But I think they kind of like having
it back to 2 hours.
Yeah,
they need to go back to 2 hours, because this 3 hour stuff is just getting ridiculous.
You're just filling time most of the most of it's filling
USA
time.
Just and sponsors just spending that much money that they keep it that.
Pretty much,
because I don't think there's anything like it. USA is a whole lot like TBS.
Well, I was thinking, like you were talking last week about TBS. It's rerun stuff. So why not show 3 hours of a brand new show? So
yeah,
what a concept. Yeah. Well, mine would be real quick. Mine would be, I think there should be one world title and one world tag team title where whoever that champion is gets to go to whatever show. Yeah. Keep the Intercontinental title on whatever show. Keep the U.S. title on whatever show.
So much, yeah.
And then I think that would be way more exciting. I think people winning titles would be a bigger deal. Like it's like somebody winning a bunch of titles. Like right now, Charlotte Flair 13-time, but for what title did you win so many? You had 2 titles to go after.
The U.S. and the Intercontinental title so much more, because
exactly all the titles.
The person's on SmackDown, that means the Raw title gets
it just keeps everything fresh, because I've seen Lashley and McIntyre so many times that I'm like, oh, this is over, and then the next night after pay-per-view,
and they have to they're
doing it again, because you don't have anything else right.
So, and we have to have, which I don't mind. Like you gotta try to push Kofi Mania 2. But that you had to because you needed a fresh face going after the title. So
yeah, I mean, you're doing something different that in the long run I don't think is going to have a payoff, but at least it's changing who's in those matches.
Right. And then I think the tag team division would even benefit from it, is having one tag title. And so all the teams got to go for one title.
For sure. Just like the women. All right, let's move on to the next topic here. With the crowds coming back and traveling shows, what do we expect to see change? Who's coming back? Or should we tamper our expectations? Mike, this was your question or your topic. So I'm going to let you go first here. What do you think?
Well, obviously, CM Punk's coming back. Like Hesville walks away.
That was it for him. He's like,
I'm tired of this.
Yeah, I think you have to look at it of, I don't know if it's one-off appearances just to get like a crowd excited type thing, but I think you've got to have some of your big hitters that haven't been around, like your Beckys and stuff like that. Like she almost has to be at that first show. I know I think they mentioned on SmackDown that first show back is a SmackDown, not a Raw.
Yeah, I believe so. Yep.
And it should be. It deserves.
Well, I mean,
deserve it.
So
They
at that
deserve
point, what day is that? Is it June or is it July?
I believe it's July 16th.
July.
Mhm.
Okay, so you're gonna have
my
so you're gonna have Money in the Bank. You're gonna have Hell in the Cell. No pay-per-view after that.
No, I think they're all doing. That's just like one round weekend. So SmackDown, the pay-per-view, and then Raw.
Oh, there is a pay-per-view that weekend.
Money in the Bank.
Okay, so it's too late to really unless you have a late entrance into Money in the Bank. I'm just wondering, is that your moment to bring in a Brock or somebody to challenge Roman or challenge Bobby? Or I feel you just have to do something that's going to be a huge impact. The crowd's going to go nuts regardless,
right?
Because you haven't had it outside of WrestleMania, and with the rain and outdoors and stuff, it's totally different than a building with a roof on it and stuff like that. So, yeah, I just feel like if it's going to be that weekend, you're obviously building a pay-per-view card and stuff, but you still have to have your surprises and moments and satisfy the fans and stuff like that.
Right.
So maybe the Raw ends up being the bigger thing because it's after the pay-per-view. Maybe that's not that they did it on purpose, but maybe you get that post-Raw WrestleMania feel more on that show.
They need to.
Because we got nothing on this one. You got a couple people that debuted, but nothing we really cared about. Viking Raiders came back. Have they been on TV since that night?
Oh, shit. I didn't remember that they came back.
It just clicked.
No.
That I haven't seen them since.
Right. Yeah, I haven't seen them since.
Listen, if they play it smart, they can do SmackDown, have Becky come in, and she could be the surprise person for the women's Money in the Bank. Right?
Well,
do money in the bank. And then on Monday, like Brock Lesnar comes back and like challenges Bobby Lashley or something,
which is a match we want to see.
Yeah,
I think it's definitely going to be Brock and Becky. I don't think The Rock is coming back.
No, he's still shooting a movie.
Not for that.
Right.
Yeah,
you got Black Adam going.
I still don't even think he's coming back when it gets to be WrestleMania season again.
Probably LA.
I don't know.
You have to have a pay-per-view in LA for me to think he's showing up. WrestleMania is too far off, so I don't know what else it would be unless it's the Rumble or something, and even then that's not. And then all these rumors of Cena. Do we get a Cena return before SummerSlam?
No, he's in Taiwan.
Even if it's a one-off or
oh, that's right.
I'm with you though. I think Mike, you said it. I think there's not much extra that they have to do. I think everybody's gonna be so fired up to be back at a live event that it's gonna be like when I went to the Bruins a couple weeks ago, man. Even though there was only 2,000, I talked about it on here where there's only 2,000 people there, where you're used to there being like 15, 16, 17,000 people. It still was like, holy shit, I'm watching a live sporting event for the first time in over a year. This is crazy. Like, this is awesome. I think with a full crowd, especially in Texas, because anything goes in Texas, that I think it's just going to be wild. The atmosphere is going to be insane, even for a SmackDown or a Raw.
Yeah, you don't even have to have a license to carry anymore. You can just walk around packing.
Any other thoughts, Kenny or Phil, on live crowds coming back?
I can't wait for it. Like, I miss having shows here.
Man.
You know, hopefully because they said the week before they go to live events is when they're going to put out the rest of the cities. So fingers crossed for New York.
Well, that and to kind of build on that, like, we thought house shows were done. This kind of sounds like we're going back to.
We're going back. Yep.
I hope they're not done with house shows. House shows are so much more fun than a TV taping.
Yeah,
so much more fun.
And maybe they do those smaller ones. Like, obviously they could, because of not having events and stuff, they could sell out like a MSG or something, even for a house show. Yeah. But I like the house shows where it's the 2,500, the 4,000 seat arena instead of the 10 to 20,000, whatever. They only end up filling part of it. So yeah, hopefully between all that, like, because it feels like you were talking about with the Bruins game, like, even with those smaller crowds and watching NHL and NBA playoffs and stuff, it sounds like those places are full, even when they're not. So I think the wrestling crowds are going to be the same way.
Oh man, yeah, they will.
Yeah, I miss going to shows with my son. I mean, he's 6 now, so he missed a whole year of, like, you want to get out and go to shows and hang out and see stuff. So, and I'm hoping some of these tropes that we talked about in the previous question are now gone. Like, I'm hoping, like, fans will actually, appreciate, like, God, we can now finally watch wrestling in person and enjoy this thing that we love so much. Let's leave all the bullshit at home and just enjoy it and get back to, like, cheering. Like, when you go watch some of these old pay-per-views on Peacock, like, the fans are so into it, and it's like, now it's like everyone has phones, nobody gives a shit about what's going on unless it's the main event. So hopefully that excitement comes back for folks.
Let's be real though, it's wrestling fans. It's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Sadly. All right, we got one more wrestling topic here. And we talked about this in our group chat. If WWE had a logo like the NBA, where it's like the shadow, the silhouette, or MLB, who would it be of? DJ, who do you think?
I have two in my mind. I have The Rock when he, does his entrance and gets on the turnbuckle and kind of smells what The Rock's cooking.
I can see that in my mind.
Yeah, and the Shawn Michaels lean.
I thought of the Shawn Michaels lean as well. How about you, Kenny?
I probably would say Triple H DX. Just because, like, when he gets on the turnbuckle, he gets on the top rope and he does the X sign. Yeah.
You could also say that's New Jack.
Phil, you got any ideas?
Man, for some reason, Andre the Giant sticks out to me. He's a guy who's not alive anymore. He's larger than life, and like, you could just have him as like a hands up. It's not a really iconic pose, but it was a guy
or the crossed arms.
But you know it when you see it. So
yeah, you just know him when you see it. Or I mean, a Hogan thing would be, for so many people, just like the flexing kind of on the side, or the up and
shirt
down, or the arm up straight with the half one arm flex,
or the KKK hood on.
Yeah, or the Bubba the Love Sponge.
Either one.
Or the cup holding.
The Nazi salute.
Banging someone's wife. Yeah. Yep.
I got a couple. I think Randy Orton would be good with, doing the RKO pose on the top rope. Also, Macho Man standing on the top rope with his hands up, like right before he drops the elbow.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good one. Hogan came to my mind. John Cena, it would just be a white or whatever color they decide to use, rectangle, because you can't see him.
Stupid.
Kenny's just shaking his head.
CM Punk would be a great choice.
I haven't had enough adult beverages for this.
CM Punk with the Indian style, sitting Indian style.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. CM Punk would be a great choice. Man, I really hope he comes back someday. Kenny, how about you? Did we already go to you, Kenny? I forget where we left off.
He
Yeah,
did,
no,
he
you
did,
did.
he did the
I had
X.
the Triple H.
Let's do everybody again.
That's right.
Like, what
I
is
think,
your
I think
what is
the
your second
problem
pick?
is trying to settle on one person as even a semi-permanent.
Yeah, who?
It'd be hard to
Undertaker.
think like, it would have to be like Hogan's lost his ability to be
It has to
the
be someone who's
represent
dead
the company.
who can't.
So it almost
someone who's
has to
dead.
be, it has to almost be a Taker or Shawn or Cena, somebody that is like that iconic
Right.
for the company. Like even
Rock.
Flair, it'd be hard to think has like something that shows up as a silhouette, and then he's more WCW NWA anyways. So
That's why I was
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick him. Even I wouldn't pick him.
Well, and you leave out women, or do you have to have multiple people to make it like shaped like a not like a Mount Rushmore, but like 3 or 4 people's image? So if you're going to do a silhouette, like if you're just going to have their face on there, or kind of be like not a blurred, but almost like a little like out of focus type thing, so that you kind of see people, but you're going to have that logo everywhere. So yeah, it'd be cool. I just don't know that they could ever do it. They're so enamored with just that WWE, WWF, and they've had so many different iterations of it, like the one we were used to as kids, and then the scratch logo and stuff
one,
like
yeah.
that. So they change it up just a little, and we hate it for 2 seconds, and then it becomes iconic
and then we're buying
time.
shirts.
Yeah.
Right. It's on
I
everything.
hate how
So
they change they change the intro every like 2 months of that like iconic like showing all the superstars kind of
well,
thing.
yeah, it was whatever the
Then now forever.
then now forever.
Right.
Now there's something else at the end, and
I
stuff like
used to
that.
like
It's-
what the world is watching.
Yeah, I
Right.
love that one. Yeah.
and then like Raw, you'll get used to it. You'll have the same theme song for like 2 or 3 years, and then all of a sudden it changes.
Yeah.
Everyone get on your feet.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Any other wrestling talk you guys want to cover here?
No, I'm good. It's been really really dry.
That went
think,
really
yeah.
fast.
I think we're just ready for
45 minutes.
to be back, you know.
What'd you say, Phil? Sorry.
I think we're just ready for wrestling to be back, and like I'm excited to like go to like conventions now. I've never been a huge autograph guy, but I feel like now like the guys that we watch are now getting kind of older, and we want to meet those people before they leave. I want to, you know, my son's getting older. How much longer is he going to be a wrestling fan? So I want to, you know, enjoy this time. So I'm glad we can get back out there and you know, see wrestling, see what we love.
Right.
Yeah, man. It was a blast, honestly, just to go to that Blitzkrieg Pro show here in Enfield with like, I think they sold 100 tickets, like just with 100 people in the building. It was just nice to be watching pro wrestling live, and like, you know, it was an independent show. It's nothing like crazy, no spectacle like WWE or anything, but it was just nice to be there and enjoy it. And the crowd was fired up for it and stuff like that. So
Nice.
yeah, I can't wait.
No, I can't. That is going to be. And I just like. I mean, they're going to be a day before my birthday, going out on the road. Somebody come to the Bay Area, you know. So
You want to go to a Giants game, DJ?
if the Dodgers are playing, sure.
God, those ticket prices. Ugh.
Yeah, no, that they do that dynamic ticket pricing. Yeah, it fluctuates with each team.
Yeah, hopefully
Maybe when the Orioles come to town, we can get some
hopefully that's not an issue with the shows going back. Like ticket prices, like they could
give us a break. Yeah,
they could just skyrocket those prices, and people would pay for it. Hopefully they don't do stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
give us a break.
People kept with this stuff. They could have given up on a lot of shitty programming.
Yep. And then we're gonna give you the money in merch, like let us in the building. We're gonna buy stuff, you know, so you're gonna make some money off of us.
And I wonder how it's gonna affect some of the wrestlers. Like they haven't been on the road for year and a half, and all of a sudden now you're gonna travel again.
T-shirt sales, and
let me say one thing: that when AEW started, and I forget what podcast I was listening to this on. It was probably Cornette, because he has a lot of good points. WWE, like the guys get better there because they were on the road doing house shows. Like AEW never had house shows. They were a new company. COVID hit. They were now then, kind of. So, like, that's when they have so many young wrestlers there. We see the botches from them, and we laugh about them. But it's because these guys, they have one show a week. So instead of having six matches a week, you have one. So, like, you're 52 times a year you wrestle, compared to like 300 times every year. I mean, how much better are you going to get? So, to give them a little bit of a pass is fair because they don't have the in-ring, chops that some of these WWE guys have.
Because like now, the only thing that AEW is doing is they're actually doing classes with their talent.
Good.
It's like Dustin is doing promos with AEW stars. They're doing like practice matches on certain days. So
that's
actually,
huge.
Yeah, it works out for them.
Huge. Yeah.
Yeah, as much as people love Hangman and Kenny and stuff like that, like Jericho's name alone, and then having Dustin him and I guess even technically Paul White, like just how much history they have and what they've seen over. I think both of them are like 4 decades of wrestling. It's something crazy like that. Just having their knowledge and stuff is probably doing so much for those young
you can
people.
go on and on. You got Sting, you got Taz, you got
we
Jake
definitely want to like rag on it and hate on them signing some of these older guys.
Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson.
Great for teaching. I don't know that I need to see too many of them in the ring and stuff, but like these young kids are definitely learning from some good people, but you don't need to use them in the ring so much.
No, I don't need that anymore. Let the young man's game. Let them go in there and do the suicide dives and
right. Yeah, I mean, learn and then put your own spin on it. Like obviously, there's a lot of things like the Darby Allins and stuff of the world, Orange Cassidy, that's doing things different than what we were used to 5 to 10 years ago, even that recently, I guess.
Right. Pac.
Yeah.
Nah, he sucks.
All right, boys, let's walk that toy aisle. And Walk That Toy Aisle is brought to you by Stack of Cards. Use the code RUN10 to save 10% at checkout at stackofcards.com. Real quick, we'll just touch on some news items here. Faces and Heels, which is Zombie Sailors retro line. Pre-orders are going to start for that on June 17th.
Oh,
he just posted,
baby.
Yeah, he just posted in the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast group, though, that he might do an early pre-sale in that group. So be on the lookout if you're in there.
Should do it at Live 8.
I'll be all over that Dino Bravo. He showed that Dino Bravo off today on Twitter. I retweeted it if you're following us, and oh my god, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I need that Sabu.
Yeah, I think I'm going with all of them from the first wave, except for Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. Those are like the only 2 I don't need, just because they don't fit in my collection, man.
The detail on that Cardona is so well done, though. Like I give it that. I don't like that Brian's the jumper because I hate those.
I don't like
and stuff, but I get like it's kind of part of the gimmick of what they're trying to do with the figures and stuff. But yeah, I mean, and like you were talking about Cella Toys earlier and stuff, it's like all of this stuff's going to end up hitting about the same time because you order those, they take a while to ship. I think they're going to end up all coming out about the same time, probably like September, October, November, maybe.
Yep. Oh, good. My wife will kill me.
Exactly.
The pre-orders, baby. The pre-orders. This is money already spent.
But you already spent the money anyway.
Yeah.
There's a John Nada, Roddy Piper pop shown today. If you are into that from They Live, I suggest getting the They Live NECA figure.
Yeah.
Instead, I just actually opened that up. I bought that at the Heroes Hideout deal, WrestleFest deal that we all went to.
Right.
And then the only other news I really had was there's a new X-Men wave up on Hasbro Pulse. And DJ wanted to talk about this. So what's your thoughts, DJ? You're not impressed?
Well, I like that Magneto, like the hair that they put on him. It's pretty cool, but everybody else looks like they're like in a 90s rock band or something. And one guy looks like Kid and Play. Like, you know, so I don't know what they were doing with the hair on some
Well, these are the Age of Apocalypse X-Men, so it's different than the regular X-Men.
So also it's the apocalypse, so they don't go to barbers. Got it.
Age of Apocalypse. Age of Apocalypse.
And then I did like the Iceman.
Romance.
Yeah, the Iceman is pretty cool too.
I don't know why I'm defending them because I'm not buying any of these either. Because I was never into Age of Apocalypse X-Men. I was only into the regular X-Men. To be honest, like I was into the comic books, but I was also into like the cartoon that was on. So I try to keep my X-Men figures as close to those as I can. And there's another pop shown off today. Now I can't think of what it was. Oh, Kid and Play.
Kid and Play.
Badass, yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Those are coming too. I might
was me in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
I had a high top fade. I should post that.
We need a picture.
And then
I have one. I should post it.
So before we get to weekly purchases, again, we wanted to do roundtable discussion here. Toy lines we would like to see Super 7 or NECA bring back. So like I would love to see WWE get on board with Super 7 or NECA. But DJ, why don't you start us off here, man? This was kind of your idea, I think, to talk about this. What did you have in mind with Super 7 and NECA bringing back?
I would stick with the late 80s, early 90s cartoon, like adventure cartoons. So I would love to see them, like their interpretations of, like, say, Silverhawks. And especially like the material that I think they would be able to use, I think they would do a great job. I don't know if you guys remember Bionic 6. I think they had some like the characters and the outfits in that cartoon. And then Super 7 in general, I think if they did Mask.
I think you said that on here before, actually.
Yeah, because Super 7, I like their vehicles. Like they do a good job with the figures and the vehicles.
How about you, Kenny?
I want to see Super 7 just like tackle the old school, like Nickelodeon.
Ooh.
Like you don't see too many of those, like Doug, Rugrats.
We just Ren and Stimpy is somebody just did Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, but I mean everybody's done Ren and Stimpy. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like those classic cartoons that
like B-sides.
Like Rugrats, Doug, Hey Arnold.
Yeah.
Hey Monsters. God, what else did Nickelodeon have? Like
Alex, man.
You can't do that on television.
Oh yeah. How about you, Mike?
Double Dare.
There you go.
Ooh, what's the name? Mark Summers. Mark Summers action figure.
Yep.
Man, like I start thinking back of some of the stuff McFarlane used to do that he kind of got out of because now he's more
just doing
more comic book stuff like Walking Dead and Batman and Superman stuff. So he used to do like Metallica and Kiss and like all these bands and stuff. I'd like to see maybe Super 7 do something like that. Like I know there's some figures and stuff out there, but I could see people purchasing stuff like if there was a really high end like Prince figure, or I know they used to do stuff like Ozzy Osbourne. There's just plenty of people out there that you could make a really high end figure that I think people would buy, especially if it had 3 or 4 different heads and hands and soft goods and stuff like that. I know you can get pretty pricey and getting the rights to that stuff, but I feel like there's probably a market for that stuff.
I think so.
Definitely. How about you, Phil?
I just thought of this. I love starting lineups. I love all those but there's never been like the NFL is so big. Let's get some figures for let me get a JJ Watt. Let me get a Lamar Jackson. Let me get some figures for like some of these badass like football players. Like get kids involved with it and get younger kids. Like I just feel like they're missing the boat completely here. I mean, what's a bigger property than the NFL? It makes like $600 million a year. I want some like cool posable figures that you can display and something really detailed. I mean, McFarlane had those back in the day that were really cool. So
I loved McFarlane's back in the day.
The first few years of those sports figures, though, like they didn't have the rights to a lot of stuff. So like you go back and it'll be like a plain jersey or like I got some like Barry Bonds ones that just say like BB on it, like it doesn't say Pirates, like they weren't allowed to do it. So and the NFL is really bad about that. Like they do not like the badge or whatever it is. They don't put that on just anything. Like they're very particular. As much as a company they are, and as much stuff as they do put it on, they're also very weird about what they let represent them. So, yeah, I mean, I could see it. I know they do some, or there are. I thought there were some coming out, but they were like more like an animated look. Like Phil was talking about, that would be more for kids. But like, I could see like he said, like it'd be cool to have a really nice high end like Lamar Jackson figure, maybe something that's even in scale. Like, yeah, you're not going to have them, or maybe you will with your like elite figures and stuff. But if all that stuff was kind of on the same like line and stuff, like a JJ Watt figure, he looks like a wrestler. Like
he does.
He's a big guy. So yeah, it'd be nice to see NECA or somebody get into that stuff. But
or go back to like, so you said starting lineup. How starting lineup did the other sports, like how they had track and field, they had boxing, they had all of like the other sports that didn't really get a lot of merch.
Like Super 7 has some like retro looking sports figures out there and stuff, but I'm really surprised you're starting to see like Hasbro and Kenner and stuff re-release like the old looking Star Wars and G.I. Joe and stuff like that. I'm really surprised someone hasn't just really pumped out a bunch of sports ones that look like those old 80s and early 90s little 4-inch figures, just to be like, oh, I have an Ohtani or Kershaw or whoever it may be, like those big names that are out there. So
Super 7 has they're called baseball superstars or super sports figures, but they're $18 for like a figure this big.
They're super generic. I know there's a couple of mascots.
Yeah, because I had the Jackie Robinson.
Yeah,
the mascots are cool, but like, there's like Vlad Guerrero's in Wave 2 here. Vlad Jr. is in Wave 2. Madison Baumgartner, but they're super generic. Like you wouldn't want a kid to play with these.
No, they'll break easy.
These are like more for display. I'm with you guys on the sports, man. Like the starting lineups were such a big part of my childhood. That like, and I remember they had like another line maybe like later on, as I got older, where it was like, I don't know if it was like Blitz, like when Blitz came out, where there was like, you had like NFL action figures. I feel like I remember that, or at least seeing them in the stores. I actually wrote down that like I would love for Super 7 or NECA to start bringing back the starting lineups. As I said, I would love to see NECA to get into the wrestling line, or I mean, Super 7's making the Good Brothers and making Cardona and Myers. Hopefully, they've made New Japan. Hopefully, I'm hoping that Super 7 is kind of the gateway to us getting an Owen Hart, or some guys that aren't under contract with WWE, and they're in scale with the Mattels. They're going to be
Dynamite
a little bit more
Kid,
expensive.
for example, to go with that Davey Boy Smith.
Right. I also was thinking, like, what about 80s video games? Like, what about like NECA making like all the bad guys from Punch Out and like all the and like Little Mac, or they made the Contra guys.
Cool. They made the Contra guys. Yep.
I actually have that, and so I'm trying to think of like some of my favorite like games, even if like they made like a little 2-pack of like 2 of the cars from RC Pro-Am or something. I'm just kind of spitballing here on like
double dribble.
Exactly. Some basketball guys, some double dribble, or some of the cars from F-Zero on SNES and stuff like that.
So, see, and I think you kind of run into the problem with like costs and space in stores and stuff. Like, is that stuff going to move? Are you limited on who's buying it? Do you only sell it online? Like Phil did an interview a few months back where the guy was talking about how much space it costs in a retail store, and that's why you don't have things like Wrestling Buddies and stuff like that anymore, because those take up 2 or 3 feet of space compared to being able to hang like 50 elites on some pegs and stuff.
I remember that interview.
So I mean, just with the way retail goes and not having a Toys R Us and stuff, like that's why you have figures in multiple spots at Walmarts and Targets and stuff, because they want to get them in there, but like some of that stuff just doesn't move, and they have to buy that stuff so far in advance and stuff. You don't know like what's going to do well, and by the time you get it, is it still popular?
Yeah. Yep.
So
I would love for NECA to get into wrestling, man. Love.
yeah, I'm really surprised. Like some of these like other companies, like you got these guys doing like Cella and stuff, doing some figures and stuff like that. But like, would something like that sell? Can you make enough to not lose your ass on it and be stuck with them? So, and would it be popular enough? Like, is NECA looking at it going, oh, can we sell a Nick Aldis or stuff like that? Like, it would have to be an Owen Hart or a Brian Pillman or a big name like that like WWE doesn't own the property of or something.
Sure. We could get a lot of I've lost my train of thought. Fuck.
Or what they got, like, or if they got with, like, let's say they got with WWE and they still wanted to think outside the box, like, you know, do something like figures for, you know, Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling, like those, like the way they looked in the cartoon.
Oh, you know what'd be sick is remember the cartoon Sports Stars where it was like Gretzky and Bo Jackson and like
Michael Jordan,
we
Pro
need some
Stars.
Pro Stars. That's what it was called. We need some figures of those.
That would work. And they can even sell jerseys for that too, and people would buy them.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Did you see Wayne Gretzky's rookie card sold for $3.75 million?
Jesus.
Oh, jeez.
It's crazy. It was a 10. A 10.
Wow.
But like a PSA 10. So
wow.
Cards are wild, man. Cards are wild. You guys want to do some weekly purchases?
Let's do it.
Phil, what do you got? I know you like to spend like I do.
I do like to spend. That is true. That is true. I just bought the most important purchase of the week. I just bought 3 tickets for the Orioles Mets game on June 10th. Me, Tom, Mike Lanham will be in the house drinking beer. I'll be drinking beers. You guys won't be drinking beers. But
I'm going to be drinking beer by then. We'll see.
Have you guys been to Camden Yards before?
I have once.
You have? Okay.
I have not. Nope.
So I don't know if we'll sit in the seats too much. I want to walk around. There's a lot of good food.
Boobs barbecue, baby.
Yep, the Orioles suck. So
well, I'm about to say it's the Orioles, so
it'll be over by the 3rd inning. You guys
down
you can walk
7-0
around.
after the first inning.
Well, I don't know. The Mets have good pitching, but then they don't score any runs, so it could be one of those games.
We could see Noah Syndergaard or whatever her name is.
No, they just shut him down for 6 weeks.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
they did.
All right, fuck it. All right. And since the last time I came on the podcast, I started a mint on card VHS collection.
A mint on card.
Yeah. So this is all my favorite 90s movies, which I'm finding on eBay super cheap. I bought Tommy Boy.
Oh, hell yeah.
For $3.10.
Wow.
So here's what I have so far. Tommy Boy, Home Alone, Forrest Gump, which has been lost in the mail for the last week or so.
Medium. Gotta love that media mail.
Jurassic Park, and Goodfellas. So I got 5. And the wife seems to be fine with this because I've capped it at, like, I'm going to do 10 movies. I'm debating whether I want to do, like, big movies like, Titanic wasn't a favorite movie of mine, but, like, that's, like, a movie I feel like you should have. So, we'll see.
It's in that the 2 VHS.
Yeah, double box.
Not long of a movie.
Yeah, they're like, we can't put all this on the reel. We got to get another tape.
True story, I've never seen Titanic.
Wow. What?
Never seen
Titanic. When you come to Baltimore, we're watching it, dude.
And you're Tom, we're watching.
Maybe that should be a watch along.
We're just gonna rent it. We're gonna rent it at the hotel.
Yeah, that's way too long for a watch along.
3 hours.
Way too long.
My
for
little
a watch
sister
along.
watched that movie, I think, every day for like a year. Oh my
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I know people that went to the movies almost like
Yeah,
the movie
I
theater almost
I
every
saw
day
it.
of the
I didn't
summer.
see it in theaters. I don't know how people went and saw it more than once.
It's a long
movie.
But,
I don't need to see it. I know how it ends.
true. I got the Brandy Rhodes 1B AEW Unrivaled figure, which I don't know how it compares to the first one because I didn't buy the first one.
There's no difference to it at all. The only thing that's different about that is the packaging. Like the brandy picture is smaller on the B1 than the original.
And I have Luchasaurus is arriving tomorrow, so I'll be all caught up on my AEW. I'm doing one figure from every set, and I'm torn on this AEW Unrivaled Series 6 because me, I had DJ on the podcast, on the Fig Cave podcast, to talk about it. It's a pretty blah set, man, and they all are dressed in so. I didn't realize this till after we recorded. They're all dressed in black and black and gold. You notice?
Wow.
This?
Oh, no, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Jake Hager, Jericho, even MJF, and of course the Lucha Bros. They're all
Lucha Brothers,
black and gold. So I don't know if it was like a meaning to do that, but like they look like they're all like a part of like a Survivor Series team or something.
Like they're in New Orleans.
Yeah. So
I'm looking at it right now. You're right, except for Sheeta. She's dressed in red and black.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because she's got that's her thing is red and black.
What I might do is buy that Pentagon and then get rid of the first Pentagon and buy the MJF from that other series to have his first figure. But we'll see. But other than that, I'm getting these Macho Man micro brawlers in slowly selling those because I hate pro wrestling tees now.
Don't forget I paid you for the Macho King. Don't forget.
You did pay. Oh yeah, I have that ready for you, and I have Mike Lanham.
He's like, I'm not. I was like, he's not shipping anything.
He's gonna sell it.
No,
I was like, where's that Vader? Where's that Vader helmet? You get it when you're here.
They're both in the same box. That's right. Yeah.
I was gonna say, if I like, the Major Brothers have That's So Broski. I could see it being That's So Phil. By him, I paid him for the Macho King, and then he sold it to somebody else, and he has to give me my money back. Like he forgot that I bought it from him.
I would never.
Like having a friend as a car salesman that you go to get your car and dude, I sold that.
It is kind of sad. I don't have any. Me and my buddy Darius have the new Ultimate Edition figures pre-ordered, the Stone Cold and the Ric Flair. It's under his account, so he pre-ordered like 2 of each, and I just paid him whatever. But now that I'm getting this Luchasaurus in the mail, I don't have anything for ringside. Have you guys noticed? Like it's been like
it's been slow.
It's been real slow since they've had anything. I guess maybe COVID's catching up.
There was so much. It seemed like there was so much at once.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden, there's just that little. But that may be part of Comic-Con from home happening here in like a month or so. Maybe they're just getting ready. But you announce those figures, and they're usually a couple months out. So you're not gonna have a lot.
Last thing I got from them was the Royal Rumble Ultimate Warrior and the Royal Rumble, the Ultimate Warrior ringside exclusive. I'm waiting on those Ultimates too.
Chris Statlander was on the Boozing with the Toys with the Major Brothers in their Facebook group yesterday, and she brought up a good point. She's, I guess, getting scanned for her upcoming figure this weekend at the pay-per-view. But she was saying that the folks that do the scans haven't been able to get out and go and travel with COVID. So that's why that might be why we're getting so. And I didn't even think of this at all. But
getting the repeats.
Yeah, that's why we have so many. So we have 5 Jerichos, and we're getting another Pentagon and Lucha.
Yeah, you already scanned them. Even if it's a different, like a facial scan, you alreí did probably 6 or 10 different ones the first time.
So that makes total sense, and it's a good call because I mean that why you have 2 MJFs now and 3 Jerichos, 3 Moxleys. So hopefully now as we go forward, in the next year, we'll have a lot of different people. So good, a little tidbit there from the Major Brothers. Yeah,
good to know.
Yeah.
Mike, you got any weekly purchases?
Honestly, no. Oh wait, I grabbed the Renee cookbook.
Oh shit! You're cooking me dinner in Baltimore, man.
Yeah, I don't. I'm looking through the book, and half the stuff.
You realize he won't look like Renee while he's cooking.
I was looking through this book and realized I would never eat half the stuff in this. It is signed, so I will take that.
Nice.
But,
why would you never eat half the stuff? They have vegetables in it, or
it just doesn't look like shit I would eat. But I felt bad. She's a struggling mother to be. that lost her job and her husband is
I'm
drunk
sure
and
she's paycheck to paycheck.
she just needs that money. So
Crimea River.
What's her super sexually named podcast called?
Oral sessions.
Oral sessions. That's right.
That's right. Yes.
Oh man, Max Caster shouting out
he had a good
Oral
one on that
Sessions
one.
last
Yeah.
week. I fucking love him.
It's a good dig.
Kenny, anything for weekly purchases for you, man?
I got. Let me see. I have it here because I like push shit everywhere. I got the
Same, dude. If I stood up, you guys would be like, "What the fuck is behind you?"
Oh, nice.
Oh, Rhea Ripley, nice.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley. I have what else came in? The Zelina Vega came in as well this week.
Oh, nice.
And then I got confirmation that I got the comma. That's coming in either tomorrow or Saturday. One of those two.
Ooh, nice.
Did you? Where did you get comma from? A Facebook group that we don't want to mention?
No. Hell no. I didn't get it.
All right.
No, I actually paid cheaper from mine than you would have got it at that Facebook group.
Wow.
Good.
Yeah, no, I have a friend that lives out in the UK, so we kind of ship stuff. We ship stuff to each other back and forth.
Oh,
so things that he can't get out there, he'll ship it to my house. I ship it to him for a cheaper price, and then he does the same thing with me.
Hey,
nice, man, nice.
It's weird that they get those figures before us.
I'm holding out that ringside
we
gets
won
comma.
the war against them, so I don't know why.
They're our ally now, but yeah, it's because Zelina hasn't hit in America, right?
Mm-hmm.
For
only ringside.
Only ringside.
That was it. Yeah. The closest has been to the US is Canada, and that's where I got mine from. And then like I literally paid for it, and then the next day ringside like put them up on.
Oh, come on.
So I was like, and it was already too late to get a refund because I wasn't gonna try and like burn that bridge with that guy.
Right.
They remember. They're like the little purple guys on South Park.
No.
They remember.
Remember?
I remember. DJ, weekly purchases. What you got?
Well, I got the PlayStation Pulse headphones for my Mass Effect sessions at night.
That's a video game, right?
That is a video game.
I've been watching you on there, man. That's a fun game to like even watch because like it's almost like a movie. Like you're waiting for something to pop out. Like it's fun.
Yeah,
I need to get on Twitch, man. I need to get on there. And
you're not on Twitch, like just
me too.
I'll just watch stuff
channel
on there. Yeah, I don't know. I feel so fucking old when I'm on there. I don't feel like I know what I'm doing. Like I can watch the Major Brothers.
I'm gonna start playing like Joe Montana Football '94.
Yeah, I mean,
that would be dope.
There's a difference between doing like what DJ's doing, where he's playing the game and people can come in and watch and stuff, and compared to like what like Paige or Zelina Vega's doing, where it's like they might play something, but really it's just looking at them on camera because not everyone does on camera type stuff on top of that. So
man, I wish I could find a way to watch Zelina Vega play with something.
I like that Tom looked around like his wife was going to walk in.
She was about to pop up on the corner.
I think she knows how I feel about Zelina Vega. I think she knows.
You have no shot, so she doesn't care.
Oh, every once in a while, I'm like, man, why can't you just be like a 4-foot Spanish woman from New York?
Speaking of that, we got to go to see Kenny and see who's coming to his event.
I'm going there.
Sure.
Quinceañera?
Yeah.
Yes, Phil. I'm turning 15.
Oh my god. Ringside freaking like they're we know how the shipping can go with that. Like I should have had a package and then they pushed it back. So I'll wait to. Oh,
that's not on ringside though. That's on the USPS.
Yeah.
Or whoever, but so they ruined my weekly purchase.
Good question. So did you guys order the Flair and the Stone Cold Ultimate Editions?
Yes.
Okay, so there is a quick update on that because I spoke to Ringside today, and they said it should ship out by Saturday. Wow. They should get it in by Saturday, either Saturday or Monday. Yeah, one of the two. But being Monday is a holiday, I'm gonna say Friday or Saturday.
Breaking news here on the.
If I say you guys on the East Coast, you might actually see those pretty
Right.
quickly. So
Yeah.
not DJ.
No, I'll see it. I'll see it around my birthday.
2
Yeah,
episodes from now.
My weekly purchases are, I actually don't have too many, believe it or not, but I got, let's see here. I got Baxter Stockman, the Turtles in Time NECA, Baxter Stockman.
Video.
I got the Pro Wrestling crate, which I unboxed on our YouTube. Pretty good crate this month.
That was a damn good crate.
Damn good crate. I actually
can't believe
Kenny,
you didn't wear the mask.
Yeah,
I got it right here though. I got my Dark Order mask right here, ready for you, Kenny.
So in case I ever like suspend him from the show, and then you see a masked guy the
It's just
next
a
week.
mysterious guy saying, "Hey, what do you say?"
If anybody brings a
But
belt
yes.
to Live 8, you can put on the mask and fight them for it.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Tom. So if you get suspended and you have to wear that mask, it has to be in Spanish. Your intro has to be in Spanish from now on.
Hola, como?
Hola,
What do you-
como
I
se
gotta
dice?
figure out how to say what do you say in Spanish.
What is
Como se dice?
Como
Como
se
se
dice?
dice? Except I can't keep my glasses on, so I can't see.
You know what he looks like? What is that? Was the
Nacho
Warriors game?
Libre.
Remember when they had it?
What'd you say?
You look like one of the Warriors, like the baseball team. What was the baseball crew from the Warriors?
I don't remember.
Oh, you're talking about the movie The Warriors?
Yes.
Oh yeah, what was the name? Yeah, that's funny that you even remembered that. Yeah, that's gonna kill me now.
My Macho Brawlers keep coming in, but unlike Phil, I'm going to keep them. And then, I don't know if I'm going to keep all of them. I might sell one or two. We'll see. Once they all come in, I just got a shipping notification that another one shipped. I don't even remember which ones I bought.
I think they've all shipped at this
That
point.
was a
It's
crazy
just
day.
waiting for them.
That was a
That's
crazy
not-
day when those were coming out.
That sounds about right then, because I think I bought 3. I think I was like, all right, I'll buy one, and then they made another one available for like $7.99, and then they made another one available for $5.99, and I was like, oh, I got to buy those.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I think I got the pink ones in this week. So I think the green is the only one that hasn't shown, maybe.
Green. Yeah, we need
Yeah, so I think I got a shipping notification, but they haven't shown.
to
So
sell all of them. Be done with this.
Oh yeah, I got pink, orange, and green.
Pink, orange, and green.
It's like the Power Rangers.
Yeah, right. Does the green one have a flute or?
Yeah. And then my last weekly purchase is I got Major Blood, thanks to Phil hooked me up with Figure Digger 305 on Instagram. That dude is the man. Yeah,
It's
his
a
Instagram.
boss.
His Instagram posts are so good.
Yeah.
So make sure you follow him if you're not already. And I think that's it for Walk That Toy Aisle, boys. Let's we're flying through the show, man. Let's jump into Falls Count Anywhere. Falls Count Anywhere is brought to you by figtees.co.uk. Speaking of the UK, use the code RUN20 for 20% off any order. We're going to talk video games here for a little bit because we got Mike on the show. Mike is our resident video game expert. He's going to start running the Run-In Twitch channel. And E3 is coming up here soon. Mike, what's your expectations for E3?
yeah, I mean they're kind of having more of an event this year, where last year it was right after shutdown. So, and with the PS5 and the Series X, obviously still hard to get. I think you're going to have a little bit more about your holiday games coming out.
Right.
So I think you're going to get some pretty big announcements. I know some of these games have been talked about, but we don't have release dates for the Horizons and God of Wars and Halo Infinite. And I mean, you're not going to get Grand Theft Auto, but maybe you get at least a little bit talked about, since they already went ahead and dropped that re-release info for Grand Theft Auto 5 again in November.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and then this,
and then doesn't Bethesda have like their own
show? Like they're doing something with Microsoft, since they're basically, well, they are owned by Microsoft, even though those games.
Yep.
Those games, for the most part, are still coming to PlayStation. They might come later, or not get certain content. But yeah, I think you'll still get most of them on the PlayStation, but probably at later dates and stuff. So yeah, they're going to make a pretty big deal out of that and start pressing, trying to increase some Xbox sales. So yeah, the actual just E3 in general, the news and the dates and stuff. But hopefully we get some game reveals that we haven't seen and some new content. Because now that people have had these hardware for a while, so yeah, I think this rumor of a Switch Pro happening, a high end version of the Switch to kind of compete with the PlayStation and Xbox. We'll see.
How about a PlayStation VR?
Yeah, they said not this year. Like I think we might see it. The PS5 VR, obviously the PS4 one works on it, but they're wanting to do something a little bit closer to the Oculus. So they've already shown like the handheld controls and stuff for it. So I think we'll see that probably spring or summer next year. But it'll be interesting because when the PlayStation VR came out, it did all right. And then it died off, and then it picked back up again like the next Christmas, and then it kind of died off. But Oculus has done really well because of it being wireless and stuff like that. So I really expect this time around for the PlayStation one to be a bigger component.
That's what because like you said, like if they fix the control, like how the controls are, because on the VR that I played for PlayStation on on PlayStation 4, Batman was fun. The Star Wars game was fun, the Squadron game. I mean, you can look to either side and see like the wings and everything while you were flying, and you look down and see the controls. So they did a great job with it. It's just like I think they just need a little bit more content.
Yeah.
I noticed, or I saw this week. Mike is going to hate this conversation here real quick, but Arcade 1-Up, their list. I don't know if they're saving these for E3, but their list of like their new releases leaked. And it's pretty freaking good. Okay. There's going to be kid-sized games, head-to-head encounters of previous titles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reskinned as Turtles in Time with more games, possibly. Tron, Track and Field, and The Simpsons. I am all in on The Simpsons.
I definitely want that one.
I spent a lot of money on Tron.
Yeah, they've been talking about they usually show those around like Comic-Con and E3 and stuff. So or like see it, whatever the other one is, the big trade show with all the electronics. So yeah, I mean those things have started to sell a lot better because people obviously don't have room for certain stuff, and those machines take up a fourth of the space and they're a tenth of the price. So or close to it sometimes. So yeah, if they can keep getting the licensing and the better they are. I remember, I saw like a leak of one of the games, and it was like a kid's version. It was the same game. They just made it look more like a kid machine. So yeah, I mean that stuff sells. They know who their audience is.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what you can get the rights and licensing to, because people want stuff like WrestleFest, and obviously they can't release it with the same people because Demolition and stuff like that. LOD,
LOD.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I don't think. I mean, we've talked about this before. I'm never like, that's never going to happen. And even if it did, like, I don't think I would buy it just because it's going to be the WW logo, not the WWF. And I need that. I know there's guys that make custom stickers and stuff like that, but fuck, I just realized I still need the X-Men, which I don't think is actually shown. I haven't seen that in stores yet.
I haven't seen it either.
But I need X-Men. I'm going to need The Simpsons. I'm going to need NBA Jam. Me and Mike were talking that NBA Jam was popping up for $99 at certain Walmarts.
Wow.
Not near me though. Not near me
either.
Still $3.99.
As soon as they announce new ones, they clearance out the old ones because those things take a lot of real estate at Walmart and Target and stuff. Like, a lot of places don't carry it. Like GameStop had them for a while. Now you can only order them online because they don't want to ship it more than once.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a beast. So.
And then is it the Tron like multi-game? Like, or does it like, I mean, I would guess it would be the multi-game where it has the cycle, it has the disc throwing, I wouldn't guess that they would just make it one of the Tron games.
No, it would, all these games have multiple games on them. That's like the headliner that they like take. Like even Golden Tee, like that I have behind me, has like 4 or 5 different versions of Golden Tee on it. So
Okay.
and like Turtles has Turtles in Time. NBA Jam comes with like Hang Time and one other game that I can't remember. So they all come with extras, but
probably tournament edition.
It is.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yep. Thank you. So, all right. So for our roundtable discussion here for Falls Count Anywhere, speaking of video games, what's a series you want to see brought back that hasn't had a game in 5 to 10 plus years? Kenny, you've been quiet through this conversation. So
I'm just looking at stuff too, because I was looking at the
you buying the arcade one up?
I was looking at, I have no space for that here, so that would have to like go into like a storage bin.
Oh my god.
But I would love to see NBA Jam, like
a new version
of it, just with everybody, like you know, like LeBron and Curry, just like shooting from like half court or like or shooting from like the other side of the court and making a 3 in there, and just like. But then, would you have the same original voice, or would you like give you a brand new voice?
He's a friend of the show. We can find out.
There you go.
Yeah, they did a like an iPad version of NBA Jam 5 or 10 years ago that had all the more recent players. It was actually pretty decent, but for whatever reason at the time they couldn't release like console versions and stuff like that of it. So and you had like I think the 360 and PS3 and the Wii was the last time that they had one on there, and it was okay. So yeah, if you could get a more up to date version, I know there's some people out there that have hacked the original game and then put all the new players in there. But I mean, obviously it doesn't look like them, but you throw the names and the stats on there, people will play it. So yeah, they definitely should have a like a 2K20 or something like that. Just you have that NBA Playgrounds game that EA, 2K did that, and it's on all the newer systems, but it kind of plays like NBA Jam, but it's a little different. And you basically have to spend money or play the shit out of it to unlock most of the players and teams. Like you don't start out with the good players. You have to win with the bench warmers.
So. I would love to see. I already brought it up once. Mike Tyson's Punch Out to come back.
Okay.
Or Super Off Road. That was like one of my favorite games in the arcade and on and on the consoles. I don't remember if I played it on Nintendo or Sega, but I remember I just loved that game. Super Off-Road, man. That was such a good game. And when I you know what? I think it was Super Nintendo because I got my little mini Super Nintendo over here and I hacked it or had my friend hack it. And that was one of the games I played like nonstop when I first got that thing going. Who wants to go next? Phil, you still awake?
I am still awake. You guys blew my mind last week when you talked about Grand Theft Auto 5 came out in 2013.
Yeah.
Right? God. Yeah. Golly, come on, give us Grand Theft Auto 6, man.
Right?
They make so much money selling currency on GTA Online, and it's still like that game's been out for close to 10 years, and it's still like it's in the top 10 every week for selling games.
Like add-ons or what? What do people buy? I'm
you buy currency. Like you don't have to, but you buy currency in the game. Like if you want like a certain car or like a yacht or a like DJ was talking about doing the car show in the game. Like you can buy like a yacht, or you have to have certain things like airplanes and stuff to get to certain parts of the game. You're spending real money to do that,
right?
And people just get online and, like DJ said, fuck around. Like you do a car show, you can do bank heists and stuff as teams and stuff. So online gaming has just caused a lot of stuff there's no reason to rush that stuff out. Like GTA 6 is going to happen probably this like next winter, more than likely.
It's like the new WoW.
Yeah, they just don't need to rush that stuff out because they're still making so much money on an older product. Now there are like leaked pictures out there, and no one knows if they're real, of what GTA 5 looks like on PS5 and how much different it looks than the PS4 version. So if that ends up being true, people are going to go back and play it. And more than likely, if you already own it, it'll be a free upgrade. Like you're not going to have to rebuy it, stuff like that.
I think they even said that at one of the PlayStation shows that you.
I know they're. I know they're giving the multiplayer away for like 90 days to all the PlayStation people. But yeah, if I already own it on PS4, I shouldn't have to rebuy it on PS5.
No. It's the new World of Warcraft kind of thing now. Like where you know those games are like you buy like the you buy it and like for 10, like you're saying, for 10 years or even more, like people run around online, stabbing each other. So it's the same thing with GTA.
World of Warcraft, you just struck a nerve for me. I used to play that with my old roommates.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
way back, like 2003. And me and my wife were dating at the time. World of Warcraft almost cost me my relationship because me and my buddies would play. My roommates, we'd start at like 10 o'clock when we all got home from work, and we'd play. She'd call me at like 11:30, and I'd be like, "Hey, let me call you back. We're in the middle of the game." Okay. I wouldn't even look at the clock when I called her. It would be like 3:30 in the morning, and she's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like, because I just would we'd get sucked in. We'd order food while we're playing, and it would just be a whole thing. And yeah, it was bad, man. It was. I still laugh anytime somebody brings up World of Warcraft. I haven't played it in probably since 2003. Like I think the last one I played was actually it wasn't even World of Warcraft. It was Warcraft 3. So it was before World of Warcraft. I never got into the actual World of Warcraft, but never played StarCraft either. What's that, Kenny? What'd you say, Kenny?
She was like, "It's me or the game." She flashed him one good time and was just like, "Me or the game." He was like, "Yep, F this game."
She won.
You're right.
She won. That's good.
I said, "What's Triple H doing here?" No.
What's DJ's thought? I know we haven't all got around to it. Like, what game are you looking for, DJ? Do you like to see?
Well, I'm glad.
Back?
I'm glad that in real life, like, we're getting NCAA back.
Yes.
So on the same,
I didn't think of that. I'm mad at myself for not thinking of that.
Yeah, but at the same line, fight. It's easy for me. Fight night. I want my boxing game back with all the legends on it. And
There's no reason we haven't had a boxing game in 10 years.
Right.
I mean,
attach it to the UFC game. Like, I think you could still have your UFC game and then have either an MMA fight or a boxing match.
And people ask me all the time, like, why isn't there a boxing game? And that's why, because it's the same company.
Yep.
UFC is everyone's like contract, so they can put them in the game. Where boxing, it's like the golf games. Everyone is their own contract. So if Tiger Woods doesn't want to be in the golf game, he's not in the game. Boxing's going to be the same way. So people don't want to buy a boxing game that doesn't have Floyd Mayweather and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely an issue. Hopefully they get it and can get a lot of these guys.
And you would think Floyd would see that, like, you're gonna
the money that's going to be in it.
Money's there, yeah.
But there's always going to be people missing, like a Mike Tyson or like hopefully a lot of these older guys and stuff, like their families have things laid out where they're included. But yeah, there's just so many divisions and titles one. And so it always seems to be a problem with games like that. Like, and maybe that's it. They don't want two similar games. Like, I know UFC's not the same as boxing, but being the same company, right? Maybe they just don't think they'll get the sales. But it definitely needs to come back.
Would. Especially like we said, like, we don't know a lot of the newer guys, but if you sold it, like, just like last time, the promos had Tyson versus Muhammad Ali in every commercial, and that was it. Like that, I'm pretty sure it was flying off the shelf. Yep. Yeah. So, I think they can do the same thing. I miss it. Like, it's like I used to make my own boxer and go knocking people in the face. Like, that's what let me get some of my aggression out here.
Yeah, and EA catches a lot of flack for their
that's what
games.
GTA is for. You go around shooting people to get your
right. Yeah, like EA's caught a lot of shit for the last couple of years because like Madden has no competition and stuff. So like the game is almost the same every year. They don't put a lot of changes in it.
Is 2K doing
2K has a contract for a game, but it is going to be some kind of arcade type game. So I don't know if it's going to be Blitz or like I'd like to see EA bring back NFL Street or NBA Street, where it's a little bit more over the top, even though you've got the real people, like SSX, like a snowboarding game. But if I'm bringing back an EA game, I want Def Jam, like Def Jam Vendetta, Def Jam are two of the best wrestling games. Like they play like they're made by some of the people that did like No Mercy and Revenge.
Yeah.
Right.
So like it has that similar gameplay and stuff, and you have a huge roster of people that are under that Def Jam label that you could have in those games. So even if you just remade that game, I don't know like the logistics of that.
Just the Wu-Tang Clan. Like when you unlock the Wu-Tang Clan, you had that major roster of guys just grow there.
I mean, all those EA sports games would be easy to do. I want Twisted Metal. Need a new Twisted Metal.
Oh yeah, forgot about Twisted Metal too.
It's been 10 plus years, I think, on that.
For sure.
And then just like a good car game. Like I'd like to have like Midnight Club back. Like I like the Gran Turismos and Forzas of the world, but those are realistic. I kind of like the over the top Need for Speeds and stuff. But Midnight Club's always been like one of the ones I kind of like a lot more.
Where was that one racing game where like almost the object was to crash the other cars? I forget the name of it.
Oh, Burnout?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was another game that got me in trouble.
That's EA. Yeah. They have all these great franchises that they
Crazy Taxi.
Yeah. Well, they just
the Simpsons version of Crazy Taxi was the one
It's good. So there was a game that came out about 2 months ago called like Taxi Chaos. It's literally Crazy Taxi. It's so like blatant that like Crazy Taxi like was like giving them love because they basically just re-released the same game. And then there was a racing game called like Dangerous Driver or something that came out. It's kind of like the Burnout game, but yeah, like the last like 2 Burnout series, they got away from the whole crashing thing.
Right.
Like, you would have a crash and it looked cool, but it was a racing game where the first 2 or 3, your whole reason was to crash and cause damage.
Exactly.
You kind of need to go back to that. So, plenty of stuff that's going to happen with E3. So I think it's going to be a big holiday for games because I think systems are still going to be very hard to come by.
I feel like DJ and Mike need their own video game podcast as a spin-off for the run-in. Maybe on that network we can put together someday. Plug-in. I like that. The plug-in.
I just picked up too much knowledge on that right now. Like,
all right. You guys got anything else video game-wise? Or
no?
Yeah.
I just want to watch. I need Kenny to do Twitch and just stream him smoking his kids in 2K.
Okay, you know what? No, you know what? This is gonna come out Friday, right? Later on today, I'm gonna text you and I'm gonna stream it on there so you can see us play.
All right, we're gonna share it on our Twitter.
Yeah.
Right. I got Tony Hawk for Christmas. I still have not opened the package.
Just give it to me already.
I finally opened that up when the PS5 update came out. I finally played it and it's really good. But it's the same game.
June.
I think Phil has a thing about opening things.
No,
he doesn't like to open up anything
over and over again, man.
Oh, you know what, Phil? I actually meant to mention this when we were talking about weekly purchases. Just to circle back here, you were talking about the VHSs. There's one VHS I want. I want the 1992 Royal Rumble Coliseum home video.
Oh,
and
man.
I was looking. I'm looking on eBay right now. There's one for $99, and then I clicked on it. It's not even VHS. It's beta.
No.
Oh, come on.
It's beta, and it's still in the shrink wrap. $99.
You want a new copy of it?
No, I would buy the VHS. Like, just as long as it's in like good condition.
I'll look because I'm pretty sure I got one.
Yeah, wasn't somebody looking for that in the group, Mike, and they didn't buy it from you?
Yeah, I think we never like even discussed it.
I'd love to put it. I think Mike might have sent it to me. Somebody had it in like a shadow box and like signed by Flair. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I think I sent it to you. And that's what the what Matt and Brian were telling Phil he should do. I don't know if Phil heard it because his internet was cutting out, but
yeah, I heard it.
He's got that Metro PCS Wi-Fi.
Oh my god!
Well, there goes that sponsor.
I didn't say there was anything wrong with it. I just said
I've never had any internet connection problems on any podcast, but I did try to do like a boozing with the toys, and it fucks up. So whatever.
All right, boys. I think it's good to wrap up here. We're under, even with the 5 of us talking. We're under 2 hours. Unbelievable. Great job tonight, guys. Thank you guys for being on here for our 1 year anniversary show. I can't believe it's been a year. Cheers, guys, to everybody for listening, for you guys helping us out. It's been a hell of a ride. We got a lot of people to thank here. Let's thank Phil, Fig Cave Podcast. Don't forget to hit up Collar and Elbow for his deal there. 10% off if you use the code word CAVE at checkout. And I'm actually a little pissed at Collar and Elbow, not to get you in trouble, Phil, but everything I want is sold out.
Yeah, it is. That's true. That is true.
Restock, motherfuckers.
Every time I hear that name, I want to lock up with somebody. Like every time I hear Collar and Elbow, I just want to.
All right, I'm going to run down the list here real quick. So we got a lot of people to thank: Kenny, Phil, Mike, of course, and then very silent partner of the Run-In podcast and does a lot of stuff for us behind the scenes, Zach Egolf. Got to thank him. He's been on our watch-alongs a few times. Just some other names here that we're going to throw out: Alan Day, Jimmy King, of course, Buy, Sell, Trade, Toys, WrestleGeddon podcast, Coming Down the Aisle podcast, Turnbuckle Tavern podcast, Keystone Collectibles, Heroes Hideout, all those, everybody that supports the show. Thank you guys. Hopefully we just keep growing and growing and growing. Again, check out Phil's podcast, The Fig Cave. Check out Kenny's YouTube show and his audio version of his shows at The Call Up. You can find Mike on our podcast here and there. And then coming soon is the Mike and DJ plug-in podcast, all about video games. And Mike's going to get our Twitch channel all set up for you guys.
Give you guys a quick plug. There's a lot of podcasts out there. There's a lot, not even just wrestling, not even wrestling figures. I want to throw any shade at anybody, but you guys both have great personalities.
Mm-hmm.
You guys mesh together well. The show flows very well, and you guys, talk pretty seamlessly from like wrestling to other stuff. And I listen. I'm in my car all day for work. I listen to a lot of other podcasts. There's a lot of people that do similar stuff to what we do that do not do what you guys do so well. So I want to give you guys props for that. I love listening to you guys, and continued success from the year 1 to year 2 and going forward, man.
Damn, thanks, man. How many beers have you had? No, I'm just
I love you, man.
Way too many. He will hug you if he was next to you.
We'll snuggle in Baltimore. We'll snuggle in Baltimore.
Yeah,
No,
I
but
appreciate that, man.
But to piggyback off of Phil, it's true. You guys do make great content, and to like continue on throughout the whole entire year to do this shit. I don't even think that the Call Up podcast would even be a thing if it wasn't for you guys, because like you guys made me get in front of a mic and talk and have to hear my voice every week. So I thank you for that.
Oh, well.
Yeah, man, you got a dope voice and you got a little bit of that New York accent. You should be in a mic.
I hate hearing my voice half the time.
You're a vital part of the show, man. I love hearing my voice. That's why I talk so much. That's why I do a podcast. Love hearing myself talk.
No, the fact you guys were able to put a show together during a pandemic, you didn't miss a single week.
No.
You live on two opposite sides of the country, but you make things work. And it still blows my mind, that video where DJ comes to Massachusetts and you guys had never met before, because like Phil said, you guys just flow so well together.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you've known each other for years. So it's going to be interesting to see how things go for year 2, because you're doing so well now. Really going to be a big year. I think you guys are going to continue to grow and have more guests and things to cover. So, and with wrestling coming back the way it is, there's going to be more to talk about.
There is.
Thank you guys.
We're coming for them.
We appreciate all the listeners. Don't forget to check out runinpod.com. Thank you guys. Really do appreciate all that stuff. Not trying to brush it under the rug, but thank you guys. And same to you guys. Like, we would not be. Obviously, it's me and DJ, in front of the mics, but there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes. You guys sending us articles. You guys sending us stuff, news. Kenny breaking news about, the Ultimates shipping this week. Right. Kenny, helping us out with the errors. I kind of got the podcast bug again from talking to Phil.
Right.
just becoming friends through the Major Pod group and stuff like that. And then Mike, you become a vital part too with just hooking us up with the, like I said, the news, the video games, information, and just you guys are. I'm going to get emotional here. You guys are a huge part of our show. Zach too, even though he's not on here tonight.
Right.
He's got to be up at like 4 a.m. for work, so we cut him some slack. For not being on here, but the show would not be the same without you guys. So we appreciate the hell out of you guys.
Bunch of idiots that met on the internet. So
that's right.
That's right.
And appreciate you guys, everybody who listens each week. I do take a lot of pride in the fact that we have not missed one show in a full year. Whether we're throwing in like a Q&A episode when we got other stuff going on or anything like that, but it's just not. That's one thing when we started this, where I was like, I don't want to take weeks off because I did that with my old podcast and it was so hard to get back on the bike. So
I'm about to say that it's like working out. Like once you don't do it that one time.
I mean, between your real job and the trivia stuff, I don't know how you do it. So big props to your wife and kid,
and don't forget his hockey
you may
career.
be the hardest working man I know. So
cocaine's a hell of a drug, man.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
All right, guys. Enough stuff. Go buy a fucking t-shirt at prowrestlingtees.com/runinpod.
And collar and elbow too.
And collar and elbow. Use the code Memorial for 20% off. What are you gonna say, Mike?
No, I was like, they're still on sale, right?
That's right.
They're
Up
still
until
on all
Monday.
weekend, right? Yep.
Till Monday. You can follow us
So
on
while
Twitter.
you're sitting on your butt, click on our stuff and buy it.
That's right. While you're watching Double or Nothing. Follow us on Twitter at Runnin Podcast. Instagram is at the Runnin Pod. YouTube channel is youtube.com/the Runnin Podcast. Twitch for DJ is Fig Night 27. That's everything, right, DJ?
That's all across the board.
All right. When we first started this, man, you weren't all across the board.
No, it was not. It was not across the board.
I'm at Tommy Paradise across the board. It's TOMMYPAIRODICE. Kenny's at the call up. Mike is at Mike Lanham. Phil is at it's Cave Fig on Twitter, right? It's backwards.
Cave Fig on Twitter, yeah.
Why?
Cave Fig on Twitter.
I don't know. Zach set it up. I don't even know.
wait. But before you end the show, it's been a year. It's been a year. DJ, explain the 27.
Oh yeah,
you said it on a show one time.
I did say that.
Reason, and you never explained it.
That is it's my favorite number. It's always been my jersey
favorite number.
Yeah, it's always been my jersey number. I'm the second Daryl. So my dad was the first, and then because I wasn't the firstborn, they literally my legal name has the second on there. So there is a 2 at the end of my name.
Nice.
And the 7th, I was the 7th grandchild born.
Oh.
And then
Nice.
so I just and then when I used to create players and stuff, when they let you on NBA Live, I just liked the way the 27 looked on the jersey, and then there it was.
Very nice.
Yep.
Very nice. For year 2, I'll explain why I'm Tommy Paradise at the year 2 show.
So stay tuned for the next 365.
One more year.
Yeah.
One more year. You guys got to wait. You got to stay on for another year before I explain that. Well, all right, guys. Here's to another year. Thank you guys again so much. And we'll see you next time. Good night.